Peace, everybody out there. It's your girl Wendy Zizzo here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk, and we are Awareness Academy 411 here with the 411, but also give you some fun and some good educational things, and it's all educational purposes only. Some things are
Allegedly.
alleged. Yeah, some
Allegedly.
things are alleged. But we just bringing it to you, and more importantly, we want to try to give some of the light, some of the dark. If we're gonna talk about these problems in the world, we got to talk about solutions. So how y'all doing this evening, guys? Good to see you again. Here we are.
Yes.
We're
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Woohoo!
Whoop whoop. So much going on in the world. So much, even
Yes.
like things going on in the world. Like these people. I feel like it's like the system just keeps pumping them out. You know what I mean? It's like the way that America's designed, it just pumps out more and more drama. And this school shooting in Georgia was a result of that exact type of thing. Where you get these parents that raise these kids that are unhinged and just craziness.
Yeah.
Shout out to all those affected. My condolences to the family.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Also in
Red.
Baltimore, rest in peace to the 15-year-old kid that got killed in the bathroom earlier.
Oh,
And
damn.
in Baltimore High School. So, what I'm saying?
That's
We gotta
crazy. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a lot of craziness going on, man. And again, shout out to the family. Our dearest
but
condolences and all.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But hold on, my thing is this. How these kids like okay, the Baltimore school, the dude got the gun in the school and he killed them in the bathroom. So how
Yeah.
these kids is getting these guns in the school? Even in Georgia, how did he penetrate getting inside the building? It's
Well,
like
I know just for in New York wise, most schools you walk in, it's just a couple of school safety officers, and they're not
That's
armed.
true.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So in these other schools, they probably have even less than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
you're right.
it's definitely something that it should be more carefully designed. But at the end of the day, they don't put that much money into education for that to be a factor. You know what I mean? Like they got state of the art places that's protecting people's money and stuff. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? But our children are just as valuable. You know what I
That's
Yes.
mean?
true.
And senseless. These, like I seen the story on the two young children that lost, well, the teenagers that lost their lives in Georgia. Like these were
Mhm.
good kids, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And teachers too. Two teachers
Two
passed away.
teachers and two,
Yeah.
and
That like
and
that's
and,
nuts.
and the sad part about it is that the year before, the kid made threats that he wanted to do a shooting in his school, and the
Exactly.
father assured him that he has no weapons, have nothing, so you have nothing to worry about. And then his father ended up buying him an AR-15. And he bought, and that gun was recently purchased
Yeah.
Like, why would you buy?
Christmas time.
because they're idiots.
But you know what? The father's on trial too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope he get life. You know why?
Yeah.
Because first of all, you
Both
got
of
at
them.
some point you got to understand the kid's state of mind. If you know, like if you got multiple kids, you know your kid's personality. You like, yo, my kid's
Yeah.
not rap too tight. I don't think I'm
Listen,
gonna have a gun
you
around him
dead
because I don't
ass are
think
treating
he's,
your
you know
child
what I'm
like
saying? Like, come
them
on,
to be that angry to want to have to do that. Like that's
yeah,
not something that happened at school. That I bet you that father was one of those parents that was just an asshole towards his kid, and his kid acting out, and this is the way he acted out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
When he
Exactly.
threatened the first time, and the father's probably getting mad at him rather than trying to understand him and see what's wrong, like what's the matter, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what a lot of parents are like. You ever see these where kids did something and the parents want to record them and then try
Hmm.
to shame them and put it on line?
Yeah.
Like, no, bro,
yeah,
that's more of a reflection of you, parent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Exactly.
if most of the time, and I can even speak for me being, one of them kids that was just, like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Because if I'm constantly getting resistance from my parent, and I want
Mhm.
to engage and connect with them, but it's just
Uh-huh.
resistance after resistance as a resistance. Now I'm just gonna do some shit, and now I'm gonna get even more resistance from them. So it's
that's
like
it.
you're not giving me, like, they're crying out for some type of solution, but you just keep giving them the stick. You keep giving them the problem. You know what I mean? Like if my daughter, like I seen this one video of this guy that his daughter, she was like, I don't know, 15, and I think she got pregnant or something. And he was like, oh, you know, you got to get out of my house. Like, this ain't going to happen. Like, nah, you getting out of my house. And I'm like,
I seen that.
Yeah, I could tell by the way he's talking to her why she even went that route anyway. Like a young girl her age isn't going to be trying to go after boys if she was getting that masculine love from her father.
Exactly.
She's get the proper teaching. That she won't be doing all that.
Teaching and development, like it's not even just teaching, it's emotional development. Like kids get, and there's a lot of grown ass kids walking around right now that were emotionally stunted at young ages and never grew past that. So you got somebody that's 50 years old and they still got the emotional capacity of a fucking 10-year-old. You know,
and that's a problem. And that's a problem right there.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is. It's like we got a lot of grown ass kids walking around. Seriously. Exactly. And also, it's all unhealed shit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, you got a lot of ladies that's trying to be their daughter's friend. Like that's a lot going on. Like, oh, you know, I'd rather be a friend to my daughter. No, be a mother to your daughter.
You can't be a friend to your daughter till she's of age.
Yeah.
Like when after she's 21, that's when you can focus on having some type of friendship. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You need some type of, you know, balance where I'm the authority here. You're gonna still respect. Like I ain't one of your friends. Don't talk to me like I'm one of your friends. Don't you act like you one of my no, it don't work like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I definitely did that with my daughter. I remember when she was little, she's like, Ma, you're scary. I was like, you better be scared.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be scared because that'll keep you from doing some shit to you know, get the consequences of what you think might happen.
Also, put you in trouble too.
Absolutely.
Because you know what I'm saying, they look at that.
Of course.
And then just like I was telling Curtis, down here in the South, these people, they go to gun ranges. Like I'm talking about little kids. They go and shoot ARs and
they're comfortable with guns.
Yeah. So that's white and black people down here. They go to and be like, okay, we're gonna shoot watermelons or cans or something. Kids out there.
But it's good to do that though. If you have weapons, you want to get your kids accustomed to the weapon, know how to make sure it's on safety. Like you want to teach them as much as possible. Treat them like little adults. Like don't keep them away from it, because now you're gonna build more curiosity and more taboo. But if they know it.
It kind of depends though. It kind of depends in the sense that what state of mind, like what kind of kid you have, and be honest with yourself. Is my kid a little too edgy? Hey, if he gonna get a gun, it ain't gonna be from me, because a lot of times when there's a mass shooting, it's legal guns. They're not guns that's stolen from. Taken or sold by somebody on the black market. No, they actual guns in the household, and it don't be no cousins. Gonna be the family, the mother, the father. Like for example, the shooting in Connecticut. Remember that one? That was crazy. But it was the mom. The mom was a school teacher, and she had an AR-15. What you doing?
Why
you in Connecticut?
Why do people?
Why you need an assault rifle? Who you got beef with, bro?
Like exactly. Like you can't get a shotgun or
it's the style. But all of this is a fade. It's just like whatever's popular, that's what they get. Just like I'm gonna jump off the subject a little bit. You got gay people. Some gay people just do it because it's a fad and everything. Oh, my friends and my family, you know, whatever, they do it and everything. And just like even that, I think it was down here.
We're about to get flagged.
Shit. Just like down here, a 2-year-old shot the mother boyfriend. 2-year-old. How the hell a 2-year-old know how
good
to
job?
I don't know. I mean,
I say good job.
Smart ass 2-year-olds though.
I say good job though.
Talk, what the hell was he doing with like
exactly?
How to even get to it's supposed to be locked up somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it was a mother gun. But people were saying the mother put the 2-year-old kid to do that.
Oh,
what the hell?
Okay.
Yeah,
crazy.
that's how you do it.
But-
You say I can't kill him. I'm gonna get my son to kill him or my daughter.
But see how people put their kids to do stuff, and that's how the kid grow up so
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Yo,
Because-
and, you know, people do so much. So there's some people out there that really be doing their kids dirty, man. Like they'll take their social
Yeah.
security number and they name and open up bills and shit, and then run the
Phones
bill
and
up
shit.
and never pay it. The kid turned 15, 16, and they just turned 18. They run their credit, and it's terrible. Like
What was that? What was that? It was a dude. I don't know. It was real, but it was a video where he was sitting down ready to buy a house, her son, and they was
yeah, I
practically
seen
by
that.
the house, and he flipped on his mom, saying that he got all these bills, he owed mad money, and he young, but he ran into, I guess he got money, he about to buy a house. His mom screwed him all up, so he couldn't get a house.
it's crazy though. But
He said, "I shall lock you." He said, "I won." He said, "If you was my mother, you'd be going to jail right now." Because that's offense. That's a crime right there. I don't care if it's your kid. You're not supposed to do that.
Identity theft. Like
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's what
Basically,
that is.
yeah.
That's straight up identity theft. You know, like
Yeah.
well, they lived here too, but yeah, you was the adult. Like, what you doing?
That's-
Man, listen, craziness. Well, we got some other stuff going on in the world. I mean, y'all keeping up with these the politics and stuff? Like,
Tim Walsh is the man, yo. You know why I say that? I think if anybody's gonna be popular one day, later on, years now, Tim Walsh, because you got to see what he's doing to government with Minnesota. He's making sure that because the state got a surplus, he giving everybody money. Everybody getting a little dividends. They get a little $500 check.
Yo, did you see?
That's not no federal. That's state.
Trump said something else recently. What was it? He
Trump
said,
is
he
entertaining.
be saying so many.
I enjoy listening to
Saying
Trump
so
because
much
I'll be
stuff
having a
that
heart attack laughing.
I get confused. Like, what was it this time? Like they asked him a straight question about, what does he want to do in terms of, helping people with, the economy, right?
Yeah.
And he just went off on a tangent, like, yeah, we were sitting with the numbers, and it just looks great, and everything is just fine. And we look at what our numbers were as compared to what their numbers were, and their numbers was like way lower. Ours was like, way better than theirs. And I'm just looking at this dude like, dude is like talking the ultimate word salad.
I actually got an update too. After I carefully did more research. I got it wrong. Trump actually lost jobs. Obama created a whole perfect system for him, and Trump caused the economy to dip into a deficit. Not just because of the tax, because of the red tape he took off of unions. A lot of unions have no power fighting. So you see about unions right now, it's like two major unions about to strike right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it started with Trump was in office because Trump was cutting red tape. He was helping out big corporations. Yeah, he gave us a tax break. Yeah, we got a little extra dollars. But by giving us extra money, also caused the economy to go like this. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So he did that. And then with pandemic, he didn't do a good job with the pandemic, which was I don't think none of them did. But I think he really messed up. He totally ignored it like it didn't exist.
well,
that's worse. I mean, you giving people needles is bad too, but you act like it didn't exist, like it was fake.
Yeah,
when mad people was dropping.
Like our numbers, are better than their numbers. But real talk though, like when you look at this, when you look at the numbers of it, Obama's 8 years progressed us forward, right? His last couple years in office, everything was at a really good space. So ultimately, Obama built the house, and Trump moved in and took credit for it, and then just did what he usually does, and then started knocking shit down. Like he reversed so much stuff.
He lost 235,000 jobs.
Damn.
He lost. He's the reason why we lost 235,000 jobs. Some of them are manufactured jobs. And that's the guy we're going to vote for. He don't care. I mean, I don't care about neither one of them, but let's be realistic here. He don't even know how to at least bullshit me. At least tell me some good shit. He don't even know how to answer a straight question. He's the worst solid engineer. All he does work solid all day. Diarrhea in the mouth. Blah, 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 blah.
I think if him and Camilla do a debate, I might actually stay up and watch that.
Oh, I'm watching it. It's going to be epic.
That's going to be
epic.
hilarious.
I think both of them gonna be funny because both of them gonna throw shots at each other.
But the only thing I found about what people don't know about Kamala Harris, because I've seen clips of her being very aggressive with people before, like the right wing people in the past. So she have it in her to be crazy because that's the only way she's gonna survive Trump. Because Trump obviously is not knowledgeable about nothing. When they start asking him questions, he's not gonna be able to answer it like he did with the Joe Biden debate. Joe Biden answered most of the questions, but he just in his own way, you know, gasping and losing air and his mind is all messed up. But he was answering the questions. When you actually listen to Joe Biden versus him, Joe Biden answered most of the questions. Some of it was bullshit. Some of it was bullshit, but a lot of it was on point. It's just that his delivery sucked so bad that you had to really sit there with like hear what Joe Biden's saying. Like he was so low and so out of energy, and Trump was just talking, rambling, not answering no questions. I want fact checkers. I want people to get fact checked, huh?
Joe Biden was an AI. I think Trump is an AI too. I think all the politics are AIs. They just
if there's AI, they'd be smarter. Let's not give them that much credit, bro. Let's not give neither one of them credit.
Just to switch gears real quick, did y'all hear about the Olympic athlete? She was a runner. Her ex-boyfriend, African girl, I can't remember which country she's from. Ex-boyfriend doused her in gasoline, set her on fire, burnt 75% of her body, and she succumbed to her injuries today. Actually,
oh, she's alive.
No, she passed today. She passed away. It was either yesterday or really early this morning.
And he's alive. And he's burnt up too. He's alive.
He got slightly burned too. So I hope they got street justice out there because he did that over her land. Like her family gave her land so that she can live closer to where she can go and train.
Kenya, the land in
Kenya, so that she can go and train, so she could do this, take this Olympic thing seriously. And he wanted her land. Yeah. Dude, like, what's wrong with? Oh my god!
All that over land, you gonna kill somebody over land? Like, come on!
Set her on fire, bro.
Damn, his butt hurt big time.
But you got to look at it.
Was hurting.
A lot of people got killed over crumbs too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like this world is crazy right now. And okay, so tell me, what do you think about Biden's son going to jail now?
Good. I mean, he do the crime. You gotta. Let me tell you something. I'm not partisan or nothing.
Crazy shit since Biden's other son.
He's not. He's nowhere. He is. You're right about that. But he's not worse than other people. It's just that he's the one that got caught. They all crooks in some way.
But see,
at least he got excuse. At least he was on drugs.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, that's real. He admit. He's admit. At least he was on. At least we can say okay. Well, at least we can say he was a fiend. What's the other people's excuse for still?
But look, most of the people that's up there that got money and their families in politics, most of their kids is on drugs. Most of them is on. I say 95% of them is on drugs or alcohol.
Zizzo, explain that because that's always true. It seems like a rich household, you got your kids tend to be druggies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, so any addictions are fueled by people not having that emotional nourishing, right? Most of these parents, what they wind up doing, the people with money, they have their kids and then they stick them with nannies. They over here going to work. They're not really spending the time with their kids. So they're emotionally distant from them. They're not connecting with them. You know what I mean? And the ones that don't get the nannies, they probably working all the time too. They got the other parent at home. The mother's probably miserable. She rich. She could buy all the fancy things and get the Botox, make her lips look like a duck, and do all this stuff, right? But then her kids are just not being, or they're so spoiled, they don't tell them no.
No, yeah.
That's another thing. Like, they don't build that type of structure with these kids. They don't tell them no. So now that level of entitlement, they can't control. They can't control their urges and all their different what's the word I'm looking for? When they just get stimulated by things, so they start doing drugs. Like, well, fuck it, I ain't gonna get in trouble for it anyway. A lot of these parents, they enable their kids too. They see their behavior, they see their bullshit. They're like, oh, go to your room. Go to your room.
They go to their room and start smoking.
Slam the door.
Or shooting up or something.
Mommy, you're not gonna do that. Mommy, I got you. Mommy.
They'll take their parents' credit card and buy a whole bunch of shit And
Yeah.
Tommy, I told you not to do this to my credit card.
Oh, that's so
well.
true.
You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
really enable, like the way that I'm gonna say it just point blank, the way white people versus
With
black
their
people
kids?
raise
Oh
their
my God.
kids. But at the same time, a lot of like the people that over abuse their kids, especially black people, I feel like that's just passed down from slavery. You know, beating on your kids. Like I don't believe in beating your child so much that they get numb to it. You know what I mean? Like if your child is, if you have to hit your child that much, obviously you need to connect with them. Like you're missing something here.
Yeah.
But remember, white people are winning when it comes to like sexual assault in the household, though. They winning with that sexual assault in the household. When they look at the statistics on that,
he said they're winning.
Yeah, they winning. I mean, it's sad to say, like, you know, we both the balance is gonna mess up on either side. You know, they winning with that.
Lot of, like, listen, if white people were able to get to a point where they could savagely enslave and torture
savagely
for 400 years, you think that savageness of them has actually left? No. You know what I mean? Like,
look at the Confederate flag.
Still have they savage ways.
Yeah. Just like Jewish people. Most of them sleep with their brothers.
No.
Yo, you gonna get us on some anti-Semitic shit? They're like, "Oh, you
no,
please.
Oh my God!
We just started, bro. We don't even got numbers yet to get kicked.
But
I will say though that
West
Indian. I'm sorry, not West Indian.
It's not that it's not facts. It's just that even though some things are public knowledge, even just mention something that's already public can still get you banned on here.
I'm trying to remember
because they could try to say that as anti-Semitic in some derogatory way.
Them people in those countries like Bangladesh and Italy, they be marrying their cousins.
They do it. No, they do it. No, it's public.
Their kids be coming out all with issues and shit. Like y'all be doing too much, man. But you know why they do it? To keep money in the family.
Yeah, the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are a perfect example. The Rothschilds allegedly did a lot of inbreeding and stuff like that.
I believe it. They did it in the royal family too. Like, wasn't there a king that his face was all effed up because he was? I don't know which king it was, but it was one of them.
But that's actual fact. Like. To get banned over that actual fact stuff, and that's what I don't understand it. No, I understand it, but we are in an age right now we can't say nothing unless a group get mad, and that's some bullshit right there.
Nah, you're right. Real quick too. Y'all know Candace Owens.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, Candace Owens. Yeah.
So lately, Candace Owens has been trying to say a lot of stuff to make us like her again. So one, she did like a whole I guess you'd call it a short documentary where she sat and she spoke about Michael Jackson and how what really happened and how all that molestation was bullshit and how he was murdered and nobody even went to jail for it. You know what I mean? Like she broke it down. Like I was like, kudos to you, Candace, for actually saying something to make me like you, but that's not enough. Then I seen an interview with her with Press Morgan and this rabbi dude, and she was ripping his ass.
Rabbi Smooly?
Yeah.
Yo, you know he sells sex toys, right? How you a rabbi selling sex toys?
She ripped.
That's not alleged. That's what he does. He sells sex toys and he tries to articulate how it's healthy for humans. Basically he tried to articulate it, and I just was confused because all right, being Jewish doesn't say you shouldn't do that. I was just confused the fact that he's a rabbi.
Yeah, you're a rabbi.
A rabbi is like being a pastor. If
people can go find that interview, she was ripping his ass up.
It's recent.
Saying how prior to October 7th, they was all for Israel, and then once all that stuff happened, she's like, you forced us to watch, and you're gonna really sit here and think we're gonna be okay with what you're doing. Like what you're doing is evil, straight up evil. You know what I mean? And she's like, they dropped more bombs on this small square, mile place than they did with Hiroshima, she said. And I'm like, yo, like she actually, again, kudos to Candace,
she's a very intelligent person, and I wish we could use her as a weapon for us instead of being against us.
Yeah, I think
She was right about Black Lives Matter, though. They did screw us over eventually because what they did is they collect that money and they was having a good time with the money. They had mansions and all that. I'm sitting there saying, what they doing with a mansion?
She having some good points, but where she starts messing up at is she didn't grow up in the culture. You know what I mean? She grew up more so around white people and around more educated people, which is great. I don't knock her for that. But
good
you
experience,
can't your opinion is gonna now be influenced by their lens. You know what I mean? So she would be the type of person that would say, you know, well, I don't understand why, you know, black people do X, Y, Z. Nah, if you grew up in the culture, you would understand exactly why.
You won't be criticizing us when we do something silly and you find out on TV. You know how when you know
not to say we don't need to be checked for our bullshit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like perfect example. Remember when Jesse Smollett said
Jesse
all that
Smollett.
incident happened? Yes. Oh yeah, that's funny.
That's just for juicy.
Yeah, juicy. Yeah. Remember what he did? That whole story he made up and all that. Yeah. The only people that knew that it was lies straight off the bat from hearing it, black folks. We was quiet when he just said we was quiet. He made us look bad, and we knew it just didn't make sense. And then when he got caught, like, come on, man, we knew.
No,
we was
that's what
this is wild.
But that was hilarious. They were saying, "Oh, white people was mad, and these people was mad," and all of a sudden, black people and nobody said nothing. You ain't hear nothing.
Oh man, because we knew we was like, "Oh, this dude
over here like this."
He out here gaming hard. He gaming hard. He's lying like a rug. And and you know what it was? I think someone like, yeah, you know, we just gonna pick apart his story. That's what we're gonna do. And he kept on had his attorneys and fighting them and stuff like that. I'm saying, like, bro, give it up. Take a plea deal. I said that in the beginning, bro. You caught. They got you. There's two African men that beat you up.
Around. Like he was really just being a spoiled brat the whole time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, again, this is when you have people, young kids, whether they're black or white, if they grow up in rich families or families with money, you know, these kids get this level of entitlement that is like high. Like, what did y'all even do to deserve this much entitlement? You were just born. Like, you know, what bugs me out when teenagers, you know, when they talk about, oh, my clothes, like, you broke. What you talking about? Like, you might be a trust fund baby, but you can't touch that money yet. Like, you still broke right now. Like, you don't buy your stuff. You know,
said trust fund baby.
So I want to get off a little bit of this subject and talk about what you wanted to talk about, the Chinese and the African.
Who, me?
Yeah, you remember that you had hold on, let me see what you
oh wait, yeah. Oh yes, I remember now. So okay, so the Chinese people have been fighting it for years that they are descendants of Africa. Like they've been fighting it, like, oh no, you know, we ain't descendants of Africa. You know, then and if you go to certain parts of China, they are OD.
They look like us. With the Chinese look, they got a Chinese face.
But the darker skin, there's definitely them, but then there's the fair skin ones that are racist as fuck. You know what I mean? So this Chinese lab in China, they did some DNA and they did like a DNA panel of a lot of China. Like they use a lot of data for this.
Yeah.
And it came up and he said it's undeniable. He said in my laboratory that we have determined that our ancestors are from Africa. Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
We are genetically superior, so it's about right.
But you know what? When we say that, they don't want to get.
They think that we superior in general, but we just say
like, exactly. Superior. But that's just that ego shit kicking in because they're like, oh, once you hear that black people are superior, then you automatically like, no, I'm superior. Like, nah. Looking at it genetically, look at it biologically. Black people, melanated people are more made to adapt to, you know, hotter climates.
You can look at it anyway, like in the sense that if you put us in the same environment as somebody else, we're already born with a faster processor than everybody. So if we wasn't superior to everybody else, they won't have all these dysfunctionalities in our neighborhood on purpose.
It's the melanin. The melanin is what makes us great because the melanin is what makes our muscle stronger. The melanin is what makes our sense of hearing better because we have more melanin even in our ears. You know what I mean? Our eyes. That's why, like, if you listen to African music versus, you know, any other, you can hear like subtle little things that other people couldn't hear. You know You know what I mean? And it fleshes it out more, makes the record much bigger. But there's so many things about what melanin does for us. You know what I mean? So the fact that we have more concentration, some more than others, is going to enhance you. Plus, also where your ancestors are from. Like that's why you got people from Kenya that can run the marathon. Some motherfuckers get to the end and they still standing there like they barely out of breath. You got the white people out on the ground. You know what I mean? But that's because their bodies have adapted. Like people forget that we are animals. Like we are a type of animal on this planet that adapts to our environment. You know, people with wider noses came from ancestors that lived more in the valleys and in the deserts. You know what I mean? People that have the more narrow noses came from places where it was up higher. You know what I mean? Like even if you look at when I was in Egypt, they were showing us how from northern Egypt, and the more you go down south, the darker the people get.
Yeah.
You know, even from Europe. If you go from Europe down, you know what I mean? It starts light and it gets darker.
That's real though.
Exactly. Nah, yeah, that's exactly.
So yeah, Asian people, accept it. Your ancestor is black.
They're Blackanese.
Blackanese.
Because I'm black, y'all. Because I'm black,
I'm black, y'all. I'm black.
I got my dashiki on today, you know, because I'm black, y'all. You know?
Yeah, that's what I definitely wanted to talk about and everything.
Now, let me give you. Now, I wanted to say this because it's funny. Melanin costing over $445 per gram, while gold costs around $50 per gram. Let that sink in.
Word. You seen that white lady that got injected? She did melanin injections. And
she looked crazy. She looked nuts. I'm like, what the hell?
I want to understand how the people are that are black, and you know, we go and live with Africa. We were in Africa. Yo, that's how she talked.
Yo, the Kenyans was making fun of her. You seen them? She went to Kenya, and they're all laughing like in the background when she being interviewed, like, she want to be black. Like, who wants to be black? We're not the winning team right now.
Yo,
so
this
it's funny how she want to join the losing team at the moment.
And it's one of those things that the things that make you go, He had this joke where he said, imagine if you look at slave owners, right? And the horrendous shit that they did to slaves. Because he said he started off with saying that black people can't, we don't want to believe in reincarnation. Why? Because what if, those horrible slave owners, their karma was to come back black? So now you hear
Clarence Thomas
now going through all this shit. He goes, I just want to let you guys know, white people, black lives do matter. He said, I could be a reincarnated slave owner.
That
was the funniest thing. But it makes you wonder, like,
that's crazy. Yeah.
That's the greatest gift you get somebody. And that's another thing too. When you look at, I was looking at these rallies too. When you look at a Kamala Harris rally, it's a mixed bag. It's so many different races there. When you look at the Trump's rally, it's only one race. 99%, maybe a sprinkle of us.
He's literally campaigning in towns where KKK is known to be.
No, but he's been campaigning in towns where it's predominantly black, and there's still nothing but white people there. How you go to all black town and there's only like
a rally he had? He was doing one rally where in the back in the shot, seeing him on video, there was a table with products on it. Like
he a hustler.
That's sponsorship right there.
Yeah, he's a hustler, and you know what's funny? He's a hustler / scammer. He had his own. Think about it.
Bro,
I ain't some real nigga shit. He had his own college.
Yo, I've never in my life seen a politician, especially running for president, that has sponsored products in the shot with them while they over here.
But also you got to look at it. Trump is not a politician. He's a businessman. And
I don't know if he ain't a good businessman.
No,
he needs help, so he had to take on sponsors. That's what that is.
He's a scammer. He's a scammer. That's why I call him a scammer, because that's not even alleged, because he's been sued for his college. Explain to me how you got a college where all the stuff, all the information and literature is pretty much you can find on Google. They say he got sued for millions of dollars. He had to pay back all that money to a lot of people that went to Trump's college. And then Celebrity Apprentice, they jacked him up and make him look like he's really successful and really a successful person. No, everything Trump did was a failure. And the funny thing about it was, think about mad years ago. Trump is old, right? He's 78. When he was young in his teens, no, early 20s, his grandfather, I think, or his father gave him $200-something million back then. Not by this day's number. Back then, his father was worth a lot of money, billions.
Yeah, I seen
$200-something million, and he still scammed his grandfather out of money.
No, this dude was on some type of panel where he was getting he had to face, I don't know, a senator or something, and he was talking about Native Americans and how he's like, oh, they don't look like Native Americans, you know, because they were he's like, oh, what are they supposed to look like? Oh, well, not like that. Like, you know,
no, what about Trump with Elizabeth Warren? He's like, look at my little Pocahontas. We have a Pocahontas here. Talk about he was calling Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas because she thought
she said
that she had a little Native American, and she came out later and said, oh, I realized I have no DNA. She said it was just a story that I grew up, and my parents used to always say that we have Native American blood, and turn to find that she doesn't.
Yeah, $5.
That's okay though, because there's a lot of shit. Yo, God forbid.
There's a lot of white families out there that think that have a Native American heritage, but it was just because they bought the card for $5.
Exactly.
And why every black person got to be Cherokee Indian? Like it's the only tribe. You don't know all the tribes.
Honestly,
I'm the biggest one.
But real talk, even my family was Cherokee Indian.
Of course, my family too. We always, both sides. Yeah, we Cherokee. Right.
Well, he got Blackfoot. Okay, we got Blackfoot in the house. Hey.
Got Brownfoot too. Brownfoot. No, but Blackfoot is actually part of Cherokee tribe though. That's the funny part.
It's Blackfoot and part of my family is from West Africa.
Yeah, and that's where and here's the thing.
The Geechee.
The Geechee, and that's why the Geechee language was created. Because remember, English is not an original language, so that's why we have a slang section of the language where we vary and we create a whole different language system from regular English, because this is not our original language in the first place. And then we vibrate the way we talk. We kind of use more sound. We more in tune to our sounds. So that's the reason why our language come out much different from somebody from English. If you notice, white people in general speak in consonant. Everything is one whole solid word. Us, we break it down in vibration. Boom, boom, boom. That's why the word is longer.
Hard ER at the end.
Yeah.
But so some other news that I definitely want to touch on, and shout out to the family and the friends of Fat Man Scoop.
Yes,
passed away,
brother, man.
It's definitely a sad day for hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I seen the footage of him on stage, and I'm, as an artist myself, for someone that's been on stage, I ain't gonna lie, to go out doing what I love, that's great. You know, I feel bad for all the fans that had to experience that. You know, but he definitely, his last words going out was, you know, if you ready to party, make some noise.
Yeah, and then he went to the back. He went to the
DJ booth and he passed out. So, you know, definitely shout out to the family and the friends and. Yo, he shaped so much of the hip hop dance culture. You know, like you can't hear certain songs without hearing Fat Man Scoop, Brooklyn Clan. Like he was that dude. He was our hype man. You know, so rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. You know, definitely a sad day out there. Also, another rapper, I never heard of him before because I know you're talking about. What's his name? He passed away from a overdose.
No.
Was it overdose or is it alleged?
Alleged.
Yeah, she put the blanket. She said she put the blanket on him, and she realized when she came back, he stayed in the same place. And they got a police video. Not police video. They got a 911 call. I don't want to hear it because I heard it's super dramatic.
Nah, I'm not listening to that.
I'm not listening to that. I don't need that kind of energy. Listen to that.
I was trying to make me get a job as a 911 operator. I said, hell no.
That's a wild job.
To listen to people in their most worst spaces. Like I worked in the hospital before, so people coming in there having the worst day of their life. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I've watched people pass away, all that. You're like, I don't want to be on the phone when, you never know what you're going to pick up.
You got to
You
see
know
a
what I mean?
therapist afterwards. Think about it. You really do
Hell
have to see a
yeah.
therapist.
Shout out to
Yeah.
the 911 operators in the world, like in the United
Yeah.
States. Y'all got to deal with some.
I know a few of them. They used to work for Easy Pass. We was Easy Pass family, and then when Easy Pass was getting rid of people like hotcakes, a lot of people went over to 911 operator. Yeah,
Easy.
yeah, Easy Pass. Yeah, customer service.
The gentleman's name was Rich Homie Quan. Was the
Yeah, Rich
rapper.
Homie Quan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
his
but
name.
it was another rapper that passed away too, because it was three of them. It was Fat Man Scoop, the one that you talking
Wasn't there
about.
a girl?
No, it was a dude. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
It was some girl that she made a song about. She was clowning her boyfriend or something, and she wound up unalived.
Wow.
Damn, man, that's just
That's the
yo,
word they
man,
use
life
on
is so
TikTok.
fucking short.
Unalived.
Oh, your life is just so short, man. It's just so short. That's why you just gotta enjoy it, because you never
Yes.
know. You never know, man. You don't know how long you're gonna be on Earth.
Gotta
Also,
go ahead, Red.
No. Also, I want to send a condolence to the J Swab family in South Carolina, Manning. So he
Condolence,
passed
brother.
away. Yeah. He definitely passed away, and he was a good. You talking about a dude that can sing?
Yeah.
Woo! J Swab. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post some stuff up on my Facebook and stuff, his videos and stuff that Carla Lou and them did. So yeah, he was a good dude. He was definitely a good dude. J Swab family, definitely. My prayers.
Yeah, actually, our condolences from Awareness Academy 411. Definitely gotta shout out those people that are grieving need our shout outs more than anything, because the ones that crossed over, they happy as hell now. They like,
oh
relief.
shit, I should have been did this, but
relief. We good now. Like, even who else? There was one of the Braxtons passed away, like Tony Braxton, one of the sisters, and she left all her estate to her son, and her husband is big mad about that. And it's like, all right, dude, she did it for a reason. He's mad at his son. Like, why are you mad at your son?
Yeah. Why you mad at your son?
Well, here's the thing. If she did that, that means that she had very good enough reason to. She ain't gonna just. I guess he doesn't have probably the greatest relationship with his kid, for one thing. Two, they probably
have a relationship with her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you don't just do stuff like that. You expect to say, "I'll leave the money. I'm gonna leave a little bit for my kid, but I'm also gonna leave the rest for my wife or my husband, because I know at the end of the day he's gonna make sure everything's good when I'm gone."
She probably
that's the idea of it usually. So someone he must have been out there banging everything.
Maybe he was really bad with money, and she was like, "You ain't gonna take my money and just spend it on whatever the hell you want." What if she's just one of those women that's like, "You ain't gonna spend my money on no bitch like with Wendy Williams." You know what I mean? Like, nah. So that's funny though.
Yo, like this girl was saying, she said, "I ain't buying this car because my boyfriend want me to buy this car. I buy this car so he can have a bitch in there doing her makeup. Fuck out of here." Rolling. I was like, "What the
hell?" Another thing that's been trending. Another thing that's been trending a lot is this psychologist having conversations with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon, and these guys really, what I love about it is how the way that these guys are, they represent so many guys out there. Like, even though they have money, their mindset and how they move is like how a lot of guys do that don't have money, and cause the same shit. So, if anybody doesn't know, there's a interview, I guess it's on YouTube. It's a podcast where she sat, actually 50 Cent put her on. So she sat with Cam Newton, and they were just having conversations. He has 8 kids by 3 different women. He's not married to none of them. He said he wants more kids, and he's saying that his fear of marriage is higher than divorce. Like, he doesn't want to get divorced, basically. But she told him straight up, like, "Yo, you creating broken homes," and he's like, "No, I'm not, because I take care of them. They living in my house." Like, "No, dude, you ain't there." You know what I mean?
And even if he is, what she said that made a lot of sense. I was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "All right, well, they all got different mothers, so that's still not a good idea. Even though they're in your household, it's broken because all if all the women is living in your house is a different story. She said when as far as polyamorous or whatever, that type of polygamy relationship is different because if they're all living in the same household, then maybe that situation could be cohesive. But no, he's living with his kids in that house, and all the women is all over the place. And turn to find out, I found out that's not even true. They're not living.
I don't think he has all them kids living with him.
They're not living with him. I found that. I found
that. Have the emotional capacity to deal with 8 kids. Like that's a lot. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay. I don't care what it costs.
His first baby mother, you know, he kept getting her pregnant. Like she was pregnant 4 years in a row. Like he just kept banging. She had 5 kids with him. No, she had 4 with him, but she came in with 1, I think. And she, you know, thought they was gonna go towards a relationship. When she got pregnant at the last time, he got somebody else pregnant too. I think he got Irish twins. You know, so that dude wants to be.
She got that comeback thing. She got that comeback.
Yeah. But he
ain't baby. Yeah. You know, that's and Nick Cannon. I don't know. Nick Cannon, at least I think he actually handled it much better than Nick Cannon did. Because Nick Cannon was up in arms when she was talking her talk, because she was breaking it down.
I don't agree.
Nick Cannon was going crazy. Like he just wasn't tolerating her.
No, but he admitted to being a manipulator. He was like, "Oh, I'll be any type of woman that she want. I'll be any type of man she want me to be." It's like, no, be yourself. Like, what do you over here? So he said he'll be up in church. Yeah, I love Jesus, you know, but
I remember that. That was so stupid though.
You dead ass scamming right now. Like you're scamming.
And what bothers me the most is that you're wealthy, you're millionaires. A lot of women out there like you. Pick one and live happy ever after. Why would you have to do all that for? Why would you get a woman to like the things that you like? You're wealthy.
Like he said,
and you're well known.
Whenever there's a problem, he runs away from it. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have them. And this, like I said, this is what I love about them, because they represent a large majority of these males out here that do not know emotional awareness, emotional regulation. And a woman will bring a problem to him, and instead of him just listening to her, he's getting defensive, or he just don't want to hear it, you know, and he want to just walk out the door. Or, oh, you're upset right now, so I'm gonna leave. Like,
I'm gonna push back a little bit.
I
don't think I like to say that there's a lot of us. I don't say majority of us. There's a lot of good men out there that women not even looking for. I know a few of them. I know a few of them that they not desirable for nobody's eyes, but they good. They good.
But you don't know how they are behind closed doors, though, because there's these guys, right, that they get their first baddie and they lose their goddamn mind. Now, you know, they have everything. They got money. They nice, so they friends. They good with their family, but they with this baddie. Now all the insecurities come up. So now he's trying to be mad controlling to her, or just be a jerk, or like, you know, in a situation, say a woman is successful at something, right? Some of these guys, they want to come in and humble her. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you think who you think you are? I went through a situation like that. You know, dude really tried to humble me, and I'm just like, bye. Like, you think that you a fixed thing in here? Like, no, you could still be removed. Like,
that's the confusing part too. You got men that be doing all those demands. Not only that they ain't shit, but they also don't got shit, and they have high expectations for the woman they with.
Oh my god! But then these are the same guys. It's like, oh, why does my worth have to be, you know, tied to what I could provide? Well, a woman's worth to you is tied to her in between her legs.
With JJ, yeah.
Like, you don't care about this woman, who she is, her dreams, her aspirations, you know, her fears, her favorites. You just want the whole. You know what I mean? So if you over here mad because a woman's looking at you for money, you looking at the woman for her body.
That's it.
So why you get mad? Fall in line. Like, there's men, and I know you guys are men like this, that actually take pride in taking care of their family. Like, you actually take pride in making your woman happy. You take pride in doing things that, you know, will make everything feel good. You know what I mean?
That's how it's supposed to be.
These guys is jealous. Like, oh, why I got to do this for her for? What am I doing this for her for? Why not?
Because see, a lot of dudes that growing up, like my generation, we took care of our kids and took care of our baby mamas and our future baby mamas. So that's how I'm gonna say it. But the whole thing is this: is if you make a bond with that person and you got a seed with that person, I don't care about okay, me and her don't rock no more. You know what I'm saying? But respect that.
Yeah,
Respect her
be
and
respectful at the
yeah,
minimum.
and respect your child and everything.
Yeah.
Because now you go out there and say, "Oh, that bitch this and that bitch this." Nah, why you doing that?
Yeah.
Like when you lay down with her, and she had your seed. That was your love of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So respect that.
Now all of a sudden she ain't shit now just because you ain't getting along the way you want to. Like
no, just like you said, because you ain't getting the hold. That's why she's a bitch and all that now, right? Like,
yeah, or she's expecting you to actually be a part of life that actually
be a
works.
decent person.
You know,
she
like
just expects you to be a decent person. You can't
she
be
needs
that.
you to be a partner, to be supportive. You know, don't be putting
right.
everything on her. You know, or don't be like a lot of these same guys. They're the ones playing video games all damn day. You know what I mean? They want to play.
Ain't nothing wrong with video games.
There's not wrong with video games, but these dudes be on it from like all day if they can.
Yo, but the crazy
they come
part,
home after work, get on it, and don't pay they wife no mind or they girl no mind.
Look, I never
like
I never played video games. Like
nah?
none of that. Nah. I was
you missed out, man.
No, look. I was in the streets or I'm chilling with a lady. That shit didn't.
I mean, I played video games like I couldn't be with somebody that's their thing, you know, where like, you know, that's how they relax now. Like, nah, like you need to be reading a book. But if the person that I'm with likes to play video games here and there, like let's play together. Let me bust your ass and some Mortal Kombat real quick or some Tekken 6. Then we can talk about how I bust your ass and you could try again. And then that's it. That's the end of it. We turn it off. Now we watch, you know, we Netflix and chill. You know, but
that makes sense though. That's good.
You know, but if you want some, you know, as soon as you get home from work, you putting on the headphones, you getting in the chat rooms, you over here playing video games all day. You ain't cooking, you ain't cleaning, you ain't helping with the household, and you were expecting no.
It's funny because with my
guys like that
sons,
need to get a maid.
With my two sons, when they get out of work, they be like, yo, so and so is on right now. You ready to get on? You ready to get on? He said, no, I gotta do something later. He said, yo, get on there. We gotta do this match. We gotta beat these other cats. You think they really playing a real basketball game in the street somewhere? They playing on a game online with their friends.
Yeah.
After they get out of work, grown ass men get out because they not babies. They get out of work.
Grown
like, I'm about to get it. And they talking on the phone. Yo, I'm about to get you. Yo, I'm gonna get your crew. We gonna get it together. I'm sitting there like, they're going to go play ball at the gym? No, they're going to play in the game.
Yo, it's just, I'm telling you, grown-ass kids.
But also, you got to look at it like this. Like, it changes because back in the days when we got off from work, we was like, yo, we're going to play 3 basketball games. Knock that out. Drink a 40 ounce.
Same
and
thing.
Going home.
It's still disconnect. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. But we'll go home.
Yeah, you actually went out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was outside, but you still go home and be like, yo, I gotta get home, wifey cooking.
It was safer then, yo. It's sad to say, even in the drug era, I still felt safer roaming the streets and getting in trouble than now, where everybody's shooting any and everything. Like these kids out here, pop. I don't like your attitude. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Like getting shot in the dome. It's different. So it's like
these kids, they grew up playing video games and they think life is a game.
No, but here's the thing. Yep. You will want your kid to go out and explore and have a good time, and then you worry about, is he going to get shot by his peer? So it's like, do you force him to leave or you just try to find a balance somewhere? It's scary. Scary business, man.
But that was back in the 80s and everything.
No, but not like now. Like, come on.
No.
It's not, you don't have to worry about police. They have to worry about their own friends or somebody that they know on their age group.
Like I tell you, in the 80s and the 90s, if you was in the game, it wasn't an enemy that killed you. It was your own people that killed you that you grew up with. And I lost like 15 people that their friends killed them. And they ate at their tables. They know they mother and all. Like, it was real. But at least these kids, they're letting you know from the gate that they got a beef with you. If you grew up with them or whatever. These dudes in the 80s and the 90s, they snuck you. Like you came in their house, or you be like, yo, come upstairs, yo, I'm gonna see you, just ring the doorbell. He be in the staircase, he put one in you. Like, it was real like that.
I mean you had that.
Envy.
I just
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think now it just feel like it's just more random. Cats shot each other back. Cats did things because they had problems with each other.
We have social
Cats
media.
You don't have to have no problem with
There's
somebody for the get
social
popped.
media now, so the news travels
There you
faster.
go. That's
so now
what it is.
now you're being
That's what it is.
bombarded with more instances versus
maybe.
if you didn't turn on the news one night or you ain't checked the newspaper while you was out, you wasn't gonna see it. You know what I mean?
Maybe it just looks that way. Yeah, maybe because it's so.
The article will be this big.
Videos.
Yeah, because I remember in Park Hill, that's why we named it Killer Hill. It was a body almost every night, but it never made the news. But
a dead body was in front of the building when I first moved to 225.
Yeah.
A dead body, literally, right there without the police there first. Me and my mom's, my sister, when we first moved into
That's an introduction to Killer Hill.
A dead body, a whole dead body, just sitting there right in front of the entrance to walk in the building. So my mom was like, "What we gonna do?" We spent the night out. Yeah,
it was real. It was real out there. And then, but the crazy part about it, I just want to touch on this subject. A lot of people used to be like, "Yo, how you lived out there?" But we was already there. Like, it was like it didn't fear us because we was outside already. So
it was normal to us.
Yeah. Basically, it was neighborhood. It was neighborhood trauma. That this was we was used to this and everything, the killing and everything. So when somebody got killed, we didn't cry nothing. We just like, all right, you know.
Damn, I won't be
like for example, when Ernest Sion got killed in front near that tree in 225, front of 225. I was living right in 4F. I was watching from outside when those cops killed him. I literally was watching from my window. I was living in Park Hill at the time, and I was watching from my window, seeing him get he just basically they were just coming from all angles, hitting him, beating him up.
Yeah,
that shit hurt my feelings to this day because seeing that a black man get hurt like that. And I'm not gonna mention, God rest his soul 1,000 times over, and my heart still go out to the family for that situation. And I got a chance to see that with my own eyes as a kid, man.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. Park Hill. If you live in Park Hill, you seen some real shit.
I lived in apartment 4F, and if you look at apartment 4F in Park Hill, you'll see the tree right there. The tree, apartment 4F. I had a perfect, I literally right there. It was crazy, man. But I don't know, man. I just thought about it though. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's sad because involved in that was also black police officers, and they
one of them infamous too. We ain't gonna say his name though.
No, we ain't gonna.
I'm gonna say it.
No. We don't do that. We ain't gonna have a podcast. You can't mention people's name like that. We don't have a podcast. I want to have his name ain't more powerful than us having a podcast.
It's public record if people really want to know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go research it. Ernest Sion.
I hear the exact name from us, but I feel like sometimes we get to a point where we hate our own people. You know what I mean? And these are the black cops, and they're also trying to be accepted into that brotherhood that ain't gonna protect them any goddamn way.
Exactly. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a black person kills somebody versus a white cop kills somebody. We know who going to jail. Versus who's not.
You're not. Okay. How about the cop? I think this was before your time. That got shot in Manhattan, and he was a black undercover cop, had the color on and everything, and a white cop shot him. I think the white cop shot him like 4 to 5 times and everything. And
shoot, we gotta wrap it up. We all late. We 59.
Yeah, we getting there. I don't remember that. I mean, it probably was before my time. That ain't nothing new.
Yeah. But the crazy part, he sued New York City and got a whole lot of money quit the force and went to Florida.
Oh, hell no.
That's
Well,
what I'm
listen,
talking about.
we gonna end on that note there, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed another episode with Awareness Academy 411. I'm your girl Wendy Zizzo here with Nappy Red and Kirk the
Peace.
Jerk, and signing off till next week. We see you again.